It's that easy. Whoa! Am I live? I think I'm live. You can let me know. But I don't even know how to open chat. Wait, if I search for chat and click, hey, I got it. It's here. But of course you don't see it. What's up, people? If you're here already, you will realize that I do not have a guitar with me. And there's a reason for that. Are these things still working? Share with cam. It works. I am working on a demonstration, a demo that is gonna demo two things. Our main library is this guy. If you hear my upper top neighbor right now playing guitar and singing, really nice voice. I think as a family they're singing. This is Odin 3.2, I guess, and it's a guitar library. They thought of every single detail, which is annoying. I feel like I feel like no one needs me anymore, but I'm not doing music for that anyway. The second library is this guy. This is Ragnar drums. This is actually brand new, and in the channel I have a complete special dedicated demo for this, and also a complete review where I talk about everything. Pretty cool. Shells sound amazing. It's really nicely processed. Everything is well done. I'm gonna check if I can, if you can hear myself. If you can hear me, what the fuck? If you can hear myself. That's stupid. I'm just gonna check the stream if you guys can hear me. Processed. Everything is well done. Yeah. I'm gonna check. Okay, you can hear me. This means that I can start. So before everything, I want to play it for once. If anyone is here, you can let me know how it sounds. Start to finish, it has this. I don't have the mix bus processing, instrument bus processing, parallel compression, and mastering. I only have a limiter to reach you, and we're gonna include all of that right now. Gain stage wise, since it was a songwriting template, I didn't change much, because if I swap everything to a limiter, it sounds different. If I put every single processing moves that I have back, it's gonna sound different. So I don't want to, fuck it up. So it sounds like this. Whoa! Wait, let me click somewhere else. I think when drum is chosen, it's not working well. Sorry, let's try again. Quite a simple thing, honestly. If you check the rhythms alone, it sounds like this. Let me actually play it. I think I need to buy a new Mac. Like, that's easy. Let's go for it. I'm trying to play right now. Oh. come on. Wait a second, guys. My cleaning thing is automatic, so okay, that was an emergency, I guess. It's automatic, so every single day it's working, and I definitely don't want the noise around me because it's gonna leak to you. Okay, so what I was planning to do is to put something on this part. I have a lot of guitar layers here, which are instrument audio channels, and I don't need them. I have 2 layers of guitar record thing, which I don't need. Low frequency guitars, I don't think we need it, because at the moment what we are using is 8-string drop, the double drop D. So I wanted to go as low as I usually can, and it, I think, helped me to write much simpler thing, and I used again, in order to show everything from the product, an actual actual groove, and that groove is here, and I use kick and snare to create that matching riff. So that's how it started, I should say. I think I'm gonna use notes from this one. If you check, yeah, and this one does not have any reverb, so maybe I should add a little bit first. I'm gonna use what designer? Space Designer. I have a small problem of constantly forgetting Apple plugin names. I think it's okay, but I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. Okay, it does not require anything specifically. I just need a little bit of reverb, so it's gonna leak into the bridge, so like this. So small. So I'm gonna add it here. Oh, let's choose riff 3. If there is anything you cannot see, let me know. If you're here, also let me know. I'm checking the chat right now. Is it working though? I cannot type anything here, so my assumption is I also need to check the actual what? I totally forgot the name. Okay, the actual stream. Yeah, I see myself and I see nothing else. If you're here, you can let me know. So I don't repeat the same thing, that would be annoying. Let's take this out. No, I need a bit of dissonance. But it should come much earlier than the actual chord. At this point. And I think it shouldn't be transcated. I have another clean tone here. Let's move it. Yeah. Dum, bum, bum, bum. Something like this, maybe? No, that's gonna be really... Wait, I have an idea, but... Okay. Maybe it should be like this. Let's repeat it, so it's gonna create some... Okay. I think it's not so bad. Again, I would really like to hear it with everything blended with a nice mix bus, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I have another idea. Since we repeat this twice and I want an actual reverb leak, I can remove it from this and use this one, because if I remember correctly, this guy has JSD extension and I really like that. It's really cool. Yo, Mr. Prey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm seeing here in this channel, not in this live stream, in any of the live stream for the first time. Welcome. How are you? How's everything, man? How are the streams? I have a huge problem right now. I totally forgot the ambience. This is untransposed F minor. It has to go, okay, theory and math time. I need to go to E, so it's gonna be an half step, and at total we need to drop 3 steps. Whoa, I lost the whole ambient. What's happening? Wait a second guys, sorry. It's loading something. I accidentally load the orchestra. Heh. That's annoying. Transpose -3. Stop keeping tabs on stream after last release. Ha, feeling good. Yeah, man. I'm asking because, you know, I think the first week, at least the first week, is pretty interesting. But you already told me that, I mean, not me, in one of those videos, I don't remember, or maybe in the special group, that you're not gonna do any promotion, ads promotion. So I totally get it. Like, if you add something like that, of course you do the math, what's my CTR, what kind of streams I got from this. But when it's for the music, it's for the music, and I think that's more than okay. I need to do something. Sorry, I have to check this if it's transposed or not, because when I transpose it, it just shrinks to a bar. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if you guys hear this, but oh, sorry. I don't know if you know, but I worked a tiny bit on Odin's UI back when I was interning in a music dev. Holy shit, really? Dude! Wait, let me know which one did you do. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alright, you probably didn't work on this one. If you do, let me know. Dude, UI is great, by the way. I'm not quite sure which part you implemented, but that's great. I'm dying. Sorry, guys. In the beginning of the stream, I said that it's fucking great. Sorry for the effort, but it feels like no one needs me. Really. They have everything as a feature, and like even this, where was it? In the playing? Yeah, human noises. There's human noise, there's auto chord delay, which is actually great, even though I don't use it. I play only zeros, so I don't need such thing. Honestly, maybe I can even enable force vibrato, not for the rhythms, but for the other stuff, and it looks really great. Bro, I just mapped this. I just mapped the coordinates. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's great, man. And wait a second. This is not a contact thing, so probably you actually worked on something like juice, or I don't know. In my 6 years of development, I didn't do any plugin development. Quite annoying, I know. As a musician and a software developer, it sucks. I could just develop my own stuff, but I don't know, man. And it's actually great. I just didn't know there's a music development firm that you can work on things like that. I really wanted to work with Neural, but I think now ambience is matching. It was just F minor. I mean, it's still in the key. It's just totally different note that I was just focusing. Hey, show me what you have so far. Very curious. Okay, dude, I'm gonna play all of it. This is my songwriting template that I stole from myself. That's why it has so many unnecessary things that I'm gonna remove. And I don't have instrument bus, mix bus, master bus completely off. I removed all the plugins, so only one limiter reaching you. So snare gonna be snappy, but it sounds like this. Yeah, that's the demo. I don't even know how long. Yeah, 46 seconds. Perfect demo time. I would kind of focus on under a minute range there. It's actually the same structure as the Ragnar drums demo, but I cut the riff one shorter, so probably I saved like 7 seconds or something. And I have a second riff as zeros, literally just zeros. Oh, wait. I would like to write a whole solo and everything, but I was actually interested in Odin, and thanks to Maxim that he sent me right away. I was planning to use this not for solos or anything. Thank you, I can play it, right? But as a supporting layer. I learned from Misha that it sounded so bad when they play Reptile until I think he got an Evertune, or Mark got an Evertune, or Dale got an Evertune. I don't know the whole story. They didn't mention the guitars, but until they got Evertune guitars and actually match the same pitch, it sounded really bad. Not probably in the recording stage, but in the live stage. And after that, they got those sick Evertune guitars. I think he also mentioned that there's a huge tone tax that he doesn't like so much, but it is so reliable. I also need an Evertune guitar at this point. Sounds punchy. Thanks, man. Are you gonna do a playthrough for this one? Dude, I absolutely have no idea what to do. Really, like you probably saw Sharwan on Instagram. He's doing a lot of demos for Kiesel. He did a couple demos for a pedal company. He has this amazing editing skills. Maybe I should also ask that to you. I want to change this playthrough style, demoing style video editing without my face, without the guitar and everything. That's why I made this Doom track, you know. It sounded like Doom when I was working with that Ragnar drums, this guy. And I said, okay, it sounds like Doom, so let's do an edit. Actually, I didn't post that yet. I posted with Fractured, but there's a Doom gameplay. I got it from someone else on YouTube, amazing edit guy called RX, I guess. And I edited it so it's gonna match to the song, you know. And I think people on Instagram, they don't need to see a face at this point. I absolutely have no idea. I don't know how to work with it. If that works, probably I'm gonna do that. Francesco mentioned in your podcast that seeing the face, creating the resemblance is really important. That's why I was kind of trusting the regular demo video style, me playing guitar, just cutting every 4 bars, 2 bars, depending on how fast or slow the track is. But at this point, I think everyone's brain just like not frozen, fried, maybe frozen and fried. So they just don't care if you're playing guitar or something like in front of that. They need to see like something clicks really fast, and I think it's a little bit annoying. So possibly it's gonna force me to change this style. And this demo will be like #1 reason. If this works with a really nice video editing showing Odin, maybe I'm trying to play something but I got nothing as a guitar. Maybe I can hold the guitar like reverse. Like this and play it like that. Maybe that's gonna work. I don't know. It's just gonna be weird. But yeah, I'm rooting for a good idea that will come on at 3 a.m. honestly. So I have to remove a couple more stuff, I guess. This clean layer, I'm keeping these audio tracks not because I'm gonna put anything, but this plugin, I'm so happy that they sent it to me. Extension is one of the best. Honestly, one of the best for sound design. You just need a splice impact pack or something like that. You're just gonna put it to extension and it's gonna create something amazing. If you have I don't know, an impact that is quite rumbly, you can just increase certain frequencies, so it's gonna actually ring a note, and you can just put it to extension. Make a full length, full width, full density, and you can filter like I did here, and it's gonna be amazing. Almost the whole section, it's gonna ring. Okay, I made a big promotion right now. It sounds like this with and without. And closed, it sounds like this. Yeah. It has the high end, but it's quite weak, you know? Yeah. It's weird, man. Okay, let me close this one and actually get a sip of coffee. What do we need? This section, kind of alt style. This one repeats, and that's a problem. I can get a copy of this. Sorry. Sorry, that's too early. Okay, that's the idea. Just making minimal changes because that's the motif. Like, this was the first chord I introduced. And I'm just following the exact same thing. I think it's gonna be more than enough to carry the whole demo. It's a short thing anyway, so if I introduce something else, I have to play. Sorry, habit. I have to program something like a really nice riff followed by a solo. Have the same exact notes, but in a different technique and so on. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We have, I think, enough impacts for now to carry along. Just one thing. Which impact is this one? Okay, we have it here, so it's also fine. Okay, sounds cool. I'm not gonna have a split rhythm, but I think I put the radio stuff there. No, I don't. I can remove this. Okay, the radio guitar is a little bit louder, but I think it's okay. Do I have an automation there? Let me check quickly. Channel EQ, high cuts frequency. Do I have? No. Actually, I can just click here. Maybe I can introduce that later. We also have, by the way, the Jim bass. I think this one goes as low as whatever, I don't know, double drop G, maybe even lower. It's just any brand of range, so it's actually following well. Let's actually hear this part. I think the pattern can change a little bit. Let's create a range from this. Change the name to Riff 2 at least, from zeros, like the group that we have. Go! Did it start with an extra note? No, it's because of the buffer range. Nah, it's okay. Okay, do I need an octave layer? I honestly don't think so, because these guys are carrying the melody. I don't think if I add more layers it's gonna make sense here. Let's also clean. Okay, I need these guys for now. Let's do this. I'm gonna mute the rhythm guitar and I'm gonna listen with that. Possibly it's gonna give me the possible places to add more layer. exactly the same thing, you know? Go. Maybe I can change the outro sample. Which one I have? And this one. I use this one so many times. If I use something often, I think people may not like it. I mean, not liking it, it's not the case, but it's not creating an identity for that particular thing. So I'm gonna go like 7, and yeah, this is the stuff I was looking for. Dark Cinematic Electronica, if you don't notice, this is great. I think it works really well with really heavy music. And what I am looking for is an impact, actually, but something that has a certain note. This one I think it's a good candidate. That's so short, honestly. I use this many times. That would be too long. I think I'll go for the first one. Not the first one, sorry. The third one. Okay, let me drag this. Is it the same as the other ones? No, that's good. Okay, that's much better. But I need to make it in this range. Let me do this. Yeah. All right. Okay. This part is a little bit of sound design. By the way, I'm gonna move myself a little bit like this. I made myself smaller, like I'm not short enough. So let's continue. I want to add synth, but it makes a lot of sense to have some sort of pulse behind, like the exact thing I have here, but whoops, sorry, but as a pulse, like here. Yeah, maybe I can just steal this and later it can become a chord. By the way, this is Aina 2. I got it from Slate Digital. I don't know how many of you guys use Serum, but I don't have it. So it's a little bit different. And I think it's a really cool synthesizer. I wish I knew I had the information to create my own patches, but I rely on presets so far. Sorry, arpeggiation sounds really yeah, it's really harsh, honestly. So possibly I would go for bam, bam, bam. Okay, let me go for this. Wait a second. Whoopsie. I'm gonna take this. in the context it sounds like it's just making it a little bit thicker, nothing else. I honestly thought that it's gonna be much better, but nah, it didn't. Wait a second, let me check the other stuff that I have. I don't remember these patches. Again, another arpeggiation coming from Fractured. Let's go for this one, but I think that was a Mog. I absolutely have no idea what it is. I use this for the, you know, thickening the bass. Okay, I got my thing. That's the one. Yeah, that's what I want. Yep. That's gonna repeat only for the first riff. Should I continue? Let's add this one too. But when Transcade closes, I usually don't want to hear anything. And if I add this sweet dream flute, probably it's gonna sound a little bit weird. Let's hear it. It doesn't sound that bad actually. Let me take the second one and mute them, so probably in the next rounds I'm gonna add it if I decide to add it. I don't think I need a lead. I'm so glad that I didn't have to create something in the stream in terms of like the notes that I'm gonna play, because Groove Pack made it really easier. And the only thing I'm thinking of adding this place a nice fill, but the fill that we have is already nice, like a nice roll. Yeah, it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay like that, and it's followed by these 3 samples, so it's nice low and it's matching really well. These, I think these 2 has no notes whatsoever. Yeah, but this one is on D, so okay, let me add the instrument bus, mix bus, and all the other stuff. My buffer size is already 512, so probably it's not gonna crash. So we're gonna see if we need a lot of moves that needs to be done or no. Maybe one more move could be done here, because this rhythm is exactly the same as the first 2 bars. So I could actually use the same chords, same notes, without changing the length or the position. I could just copy them and create a different effect, like crank the chorus or something like that. So it's going to support almost the same way, but there will be this riser hinting that this is just a bridge. I mean, the radio style EQ is already doing that. I think you also understand that it's a bridge. It's written here anyway, but maybe that would be cool. So let's actually add the stuff first. By the way, occasionally put a complete random emoji if you don't have anything to say. I absolutely had no idea how to put the watch count or something to this, so absolutely have no idea who is in here right now. I'm so happy. Pray join the stream. But I'm not quite sure Pray is there. Are you there, bro? Let me know. And if you guys have any suggestions, like that would be sick if you add, like, I don't know, a fast twin pedal and the last riff. We can try that because it's our project to work on. Now I'm gonna almost destroy the whole project. Please give me a minute so I can next and previous these guys. It sounds weird, I know, but I have to find maybe an easier way to do this. When I remove all the plugins, I don't know, reset the strip because it also changes where you're sending this. Annoying. By the way, what is this? Large hall, large studio, small room. I think these are coming from one of those piano stuff that I added like a couple ages ago. I don't know. So we got the instrument bus. We're gonna set it in a way that it's gonna duck the snare, and it's gonna cause us revisit the whole, what's the name? This is parallel, right? Yeah. The whole gain staging. We need to revisit that. It's really, really important. And finally, I'm adding the master bus. And hopefully it's gonna be the last thing that I do. And we're gonna change the values along the way. So let's close these guys. We have the red and gray, and I'm gonna check those values. I hope you didn't die. Let me close this one. Okay, we're alive. The trance guitars are a little bit too present. Why it causes too much trouble? Okay, I have the gain here, so it's gonna be okay. At this point, I think we need to duck this guitar a little bit more down. I do it individually. I don't change the whole clean guitar stuff because the values for this set for the audio tracks, not for the MIDI tracks. I just added them, so. Rhythm guitar needs a bit of push. 0.3 decibels, and I'm gonna push the mix and drive a little bit on pre-fire. Whoa! That was weird. That was weird, and it all comes from probably because I'm choosing a bus. It tries to do something. If we check the setting, settings are here. It's mostly threading for playback track, so it should work. Of course, buffering is small, but if I change this, I have to reload all the plugins, so I'm not gonna do that. Playback pre-roll, of course. Low latency off, of course. Software monitoring, I don't have to do that because it's all MIDI right now. So I think it's gonna be fine. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna click to the stream and whoa! It rolled so many times, but it doesn't feel like it actually is a lone stream right now. Okay, I will still talking though. If someone joins, it would be nice to say hi. I have pre-fire, go fuzz, virtual tape machines. Let's check the level for this. I'm gonna keep this area for, I mean not for this one, wait. For this ozone, yeah. Okay, so there will be a small mastering process because this EQ is not reflecting what we have, and I'm gonna check the levels. -10, and there's not much limiting that I look here. Okay, I like this one. I'm gonna keep the soothe because it's a completely automatic process. I will run this section back to back for the mastering assistant. Don't rely on auto mastering if you have an actual professional work, by the way. Just learn it. But for all the demos and stuff, and even for my own channel, I use it because what I have as a goal here is to create a balanced EQ curve and tame the low end that I hear actually, but with the monitors it's much harder. Okay, let me close this one. We also don't need the maximizer, and as I expected, it is not so different here. I definitely need this one. I'm not sure about this. No, it's good. It's good. For the dynamics, I will open this one and learn. Actually, wait, like this. I always do this, and it always triggers this quite small amount, and I have this one always enabled because just a small amount of control can create a big movement in flatline. I mean, any limiter, but in our case it's gonna be that. Okay, let's do this. I think I was using 2 limiters in the first project. Let's rerun this. Yeah, I was. I may need to drop the samples a little bit here, not overall, but the ones that I have in the outro. It's just building up a little too much. Okay, let's hear this one. I think for guitar we need to have an automation. I also, oh shit, I have the previous automation. That is completely wrong. This is completely wrong. Just remove it completely. Oh shit. I'm so happy that we actually saw this. Really. Let's put this 0 to 0 and recheck. Whoa, what's happening? Sorry guys. Nuts. It's an old Mac. Drop this to a little bit. By the way, I like this game plugin. It's the stock thing, and there's only one reason I don't have to change the automation like crazy. When you have an automation and you want to use the fader to add a bit of volume, it's gonna be a nightmare. You need to choose all the automations, and after that you need to move it up. I think it's quite annoying. So fader is the last thing I move. I always add before and after. First gain for gain staging, last gain for actual balance, and that's kind of important, at least for me. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's a decent demo. At this point, there's always something to move though. I'm gonna check the drums for a second. I'm gonna check if there's anything I can do regarding. We can check the dynamics maybe. Increase the mix there. More importantly, put the snare smash a little bit. For toms, can we do something like okay, we can't. What I was looking for is a transient designer to cut the length of each tom, and yeah, it's not something I can do inside, and I really don't want to add another plugin outside because this is a well mixed kit that I don't want to touch at this point. But what we can do is, I think I already have a bit of processing anyway in the tone bus, right? Yeah, exactly. So if I do this first, a little bit too much, sorry. And I will try to not KHS. I mean, it's KHS, but which one? there's a million. This one, and I'm gonna apply the same thing on all of them. Just a bit of attack and reducing the sustain. Okay, it's a big move, really, especially to a processed kit. So I hope it's not gonna suck. Let's actually isolate the drums and hear for ourselves. Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah. Yeah. I think it sounds cool, man. Like, I think I have all the necessary things. Let's do the thing I was talking about. Let's cut this for, yeah, like this. I need another instance, which is not good, but I will work with this, at least for now. At least for now. I'm gonna move the channel EQ after heat wave, and I am gonna close these moves, like balance them. I don't need them. I'm gonna cut until here. I'm gonna add some presence. Hello, can you move? Ah, yeah, thank you. Let's do that and listen. It's a small movement. I think it creates something I was looking for. Yeah. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna change the okay. I was playing something like changing the filter, or maybe just closing it. That's also possible, right? Let's do it again. Yeah, it has more body now. Now let's hear it from here to here, so we can understand how it sounds in context. First, without. Here it is. Another idea would be removing or closing this completely, because if I remove extension, it's gonna be much weaker, almost no reverb, only a shimmer, just a small amount of shimmer. Yeah. I'm gonna say clean bridge here. That's nice. We got the trance guitars. This trance 2 is for the second rev trance. Whoa, when I click to it, something happens. By the way, I also don't need this octave layer. Can we close this? Okay. I will remove these unnecessary guys right now. I also don't need a lead guitar for this demo. I'm not quite sure, because when you're creating a nice demo for a product, you usually want to show all the features, right? In this case, for Odin, I want to work with what I want, which is, since I never had the chance to go very low tunings like double drop D, I can just do it in the guitar library and create a really big, heavy, low sound. And when you do that, actually you have more space to actually put a solo. But in this type of riff and style, I don't want to hear too much of a solo. There should be like a carrying melody, and we already have that with these guys. Whether it's with the transcade or just without, it just works perfectly fine, you know. One small thing, I'm gonna check the trance guitars. Okay, so it's actually part of the rhythm guitar, right? So I need to put the automation on this particular bus. Okay, so I'm gonna check the modes that I have on every single riff, and whenever we are going on high registers, in order to show that particular move in the riff, I'm going to increase it like a dB or two. And it's quite annoying that I have to click somewhere else for this. This small move, for example, do-nanu, do-nanu. From here to, wait a second. Oh, volume is not automated. I need to click for one time first, and after that we can. Whoa, what's happening? What is this tool? Fade tool. Ah, okay, sorry. It's supposed to be marquee tool. Yeah, sorry. Let's increase this like a 1.2 for now, just for now. And for this, I'm gonna add this guy. Okay, let's hear it again. Yeah. Now for the second one. It's gonna be the same move, so I will check if I can. Oh, sorry. If I do this, I can copy it, right? And I can. Whoa! I can put it. Whoa! What's happening? Okay, wrong selection. My bad. Okay, now we got the second move. Let's hear it by clicking somewhere else. I'm gonna increase these guys a little bit more because when there's an harmonic and I don't create a space with automation, it doesn't feel right to me. So I will also, I'm gonna leave this for now. We're gonna actually continue with the second riff, but there's a very important automation that I want to do here. I will find the overhead bus, tone bus, snare bus. Damn, I don't have room here? Wait a second. Wait a second. I need to have the room. I think I already have the room. No, I don't have the room. Can't I use the room here? China and extra and hi-hat and ride. Okay. So these are global settings for the room, and so the maximum. If I cannot do it like that, what I was planning to do is increase the room, but I cannot do that. I didn't know. I just learned about it. I'm not quite sure if I can automate. Sorry. I mean, this is my second coffee. This is my fourth. This is my third coffee, and it's not enough yet. Or maybe it didn't kick in. I don't know. Mixer, effects, routing, group player, MIDI map. No, okay, I don't have it. So I'm gonna do a second move that is gonna help us a lot. If we isolate overheads and click somewhere else because it's gonna crack. I want to add a small automation here because if I cannot push the room, my main goal was to push actually the reverberation. Time to sleep from link slider. What does that mean, dude? What does that mean? Are you gonna sleep? Is it too late there? Or you want to hear something? Let me know. Let's push this. Yeah, that harmonic. Yeah. I think I can put it a little bit more there. Overall drum bass is already doing that, like pushing a little bit the whole thing. But for overheads, I'm gonna do it up to 2 decibels. Okay, so I'm gonna click these guys because it says it's not assigned, but actually if you check the mixer, you're gonna see that, for example, for kick bass, we have the kick here. So I don't know why it says it's unassigned. It's because maybe I had a different drum library, and of course I switched that to create the demo. So let's go back. I'm gonna add this harmonic automations and stuff, and we're gonna hear it again right after. Okay, so let's take that. We were at the riff 2. Ah, you were yawning. That's why. Just checking. Ah, yeah, yeah, guilty. Oh, by the way, welcome to the stream, man. I slept like 3 a.m. Yesterday. I was covering a Pliny solo. It's a guest solo that no one played ever. It doesn't exist in YouTube, in Google, anywhere. And Pliny does not have even a single video where he does that. And I transcribed it. I'm really, really interested in playing it, but it's a little bit hard. Not because technically, but even though I played Pliny and covered Pliny songs before, it has something that I cannot like understand. My muscle memory just didn't pick up particular sections yet, so it was quite annoying. I think I practiced like 4 hours just to that song. So very nice sound. Thanks, man. The thing is, I would actually, in the streams, usually I brag about my guitars because I love them so much. But for this one, we have Odin. Thanks to Maxime from Solemn Tones, he sent me this one for a demo. And the second one is the Ragnar drum. So these two are the main actors of this demo. I have to present them with this particular sound. So they did a great job. I don't have an 8 string or a baritone. I cannot go as low as a double drop D, but I can do it now because Odin, I don't even know how low it can go, you know. Let me show it to you. We have 8 standard, F sharp standard, double drop F, double drop E, D sharp D, C sharp C. I think double drop C as low as it can go. and after that a series of 7 and 6 string stuff. I'm not quite sure if you can, yeah, you cannot play certain notes if you have the wrong tuning. So it's kind of important because for double drop D, D1 is actually the 0, right? The open string. I had a different tuning selected and I couldn't play that note. So that's how I know. But they have everything, like, you know, human noises. Like, I don't want to add that usually, but you can create realization. You can add vibrato as an automated version, or you can just create your own vibrato settings and stuff. So it's quite interesting. I mean, as a guitar player, I don't want to, you know, I'm a software developer, so actually playing guitar is my hobby. I got a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun playing that, but it's really, really good. Like, as a supporting layer, if you're gonna do a quad tracking, you can just do a stereo and you can program the whole riff. So you will also have the tabs automatically coming up, and you can support the pitch and the low rumble much better and faster with this. So I really want to use that. Okay, I talk too much. This part is quite silent. It's just buried in the mix. It's not because it's quiet, but it's me not automating it yet. Okay, let's hear that part again. It's just easily more present. Even adding a couple dB is more than enough for such a thing. And if there's a harmonics, which you're gonna hear in a second, it's even worse. You need to add much more. I think the levels are okay though. Maybe I could cheat a little bit and increase the whole thing by 0.5 dB, because it's a second repetition, and it's actually really a good idea to push the guitars just a little bit more. After that, there will be a breakdown, and in the breakdown section, drums are taking over because there's so less notes with the guitar. So let's with this automation, let's give it another go. Okay, it's my bad. I totally forgot this section. It sounds like this. It sounds weird. It's basically touching an octave and the next fret. That's kind of sound. But I have... What do I have? I have harmonics in the last part. So if you're in isolation, probably you will understand this first 3 bars. Maybe I can go even lower with the velocities. And without harmonics, it sounds... Maybe I should do this. And if I add the harmonics back, that's not harmonics. That's a -1 is harmonics. Nah. You know what? In order to make this more understandable in terms of which note we are playing, right? I'm gonna keep this as it is. Yeah, probably. Ilyas, welcome to the channel, man. How are you? This is the Odin guitar library and Ragnar drum library review. I'm doing this for Odin, but Honestly, it's actually done for both because Maxim sent it to me, both of them at the same time. And since I finished the Ragnar demo, I think it makes a lot of sense to include that again. Coming straight from hell. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, guys, I can play all the games, almost all the games, literally, except the disgusting stuff. Anyway, I cannot play Doom because I have motion sickness just for Doom games. And it's quite annoying because it's actually my type of game. And I like the music so much. And I only listen to music. My sound and my riffs actually coming like really inspired from the great Mick Gordon. But I cannot play it. So it's annoying. Okay. By the way, it hits, does a hammer on and a pull off. So that's the move. Okay, you heard the same part many times. So I will actually automate this, and we're gonna add like 2 dBs again. I think it's a good value to add. You know. Let's hear with this. Coming straight from hell. I read that. Hell yeah, I totally agree. It's sick, dude. Never got to see that guitar plugin. Oh really? I'm not quite sure if Chris Badan uses it. I think no. I think he's using something else. But I believe he tried it once. Maybe from his demos you heard a bit. I know a couple content creators, but either they are not that big or they are not promoting or talking about as much as they should, because it's actually great. Like, I really wanted to bust the bank for an Odin, because when you do a stereo track and you don't have an Evertune, like I don't have an Evertune, you're gonna have a lot of problems. You have to tune to your attack, you have to tune for chords if you want a sick, solid, perfect tracking, and I don't have that. So when you have a really nice track but pitches are fading away quickly, it's really good to have something like this supporting you for the quad track. This written is, it's panned left and right, and it's a hard pan, and it's really easy to use, and it becomes easily to your second stereo track. It's sick. Or alternatively, what you could do is play a couple more times, but yeah, it's totally up to the person. Let's click somewhere else so it's not gonna glitch. I will do a small cut and the trance guitars in the same range, which is the whole measure. Okay, let's do. Oh wait, I need to click once. Oh wait, I learned something. I can just choose the range and click once, so it's gonna create it with the range. I'm gonna drop here 1.5. Okay, let's hear again. I'm sorry. It does that. Sorry. Too many plugins. Too weak of a Mac. Okay, since Elias joined the stream, I'm gonna play all of it for him. I'm not quite sure. I don't know your exact name. Link Slider. I'm just gonna call you Link, like I guess in the Zelda. Link. If you also didn't hear, it sounds like this. like this. I totally forgot one thing. Let's actually check it together. In the kick bus, I have the soothe for bass. In the bass, I have... Okay, I got a soothe for tones and a kick. Okay. If you don't know, bass listens... my kick listens to bass and create different spaces in real time with sidechain. Let's move for guitar. I also have it. This one is for clean and ambience, and it shows nothing. How is that possible? Because there's no clean ambient anymore. Clean and ambient is somewhere else. Oh shit! Wait, I need to fix that so we can actually continue. I have to do this. Sorry guys. Of that breakdown, Papa Mick Gordon would be proud, man. Papa Mick Gordon. Yeah, I hope so. Like, I'm solid 100% sure that he's not gonna hear it, but that would be really sick if he could. I think all these guys belong to bus 15, which is clean guitar. Okay, so we're gonna go back to rhythm guitar. Okay, this one is for clean ambience, and I'm gonna choose the clean guitar bus, which is this guy, bus 15. Okay, so if I play it now, I'm terrible. Whoa! I'm terribly sorry. That small crack. It's because I'm choosing probably a bus, and that bus is loaded with plugins, and it needs to catch up. Actually, let's select this. Let's shout. Just a small amount, you know? End of your Mac, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is M1 Pro, and right now we have M5, so I think it shows the whole thing. When I start making music, I had a Windows PC, and in the same year I just start using Mac. Like, end of that year, I bought a Mac. I use all of my credit card limit. I had to call bank twice. In Turkey, it's really expensive. This is that MacBook. I really want to change it, but it's, you know, MacBook is too expensive. Since I'm an iOS developer, I am tied to use a MacBook anyway, and I love it. So maybe in the future I can just get a studio, you know, so I can have more space. Maybe add a second screen here. I don't know. Like, dreaming is free, you know. Dude, you need to show me more stuff about Soothe too next time I see many people. Yeah, of course, man. Like, this is pretty easy to use because Soothe does most of the things automatically. It's dynamic as possible, and it listens the whole frequency range unless you limit it. Because of that, I think it's the easiest tool to learn, and of course we can talk about it. I'm going to change check if we have a snare. Okay, and we also have Mertcan, shredologist. It's really hard to say that. I want to call him with his own name. If you have even a slight problem in guitar, that's the guy. Just send him a message. He's sick, like playing amazing. Change your buffer size since you're not tracking will help your Mac. Yeah, I want to do that, but usually everything runs 512 is enough. If I increase it right now, we have to wait like 3 to 4 minutes, possibly 3 minutes, I guess, 2 to 3 ish, to load every single plugin here. If I change my process buffer size small to medium, we're gonna wait again. Because of that, I don't want to do it. Like, next time, if I have full mixing and like adding samples kind of stream, I'm gonna start probably with 1024. Yeah. Guitarists pay thousands of dollars for guitars, but when it comes to other things, everything is expensive. Yeah, dude, you're so right. Like 100%. I don't know, man. Even Sometimes even a fucking hoodie. You know, when I go to a concert, I'm checking the merch. You know, I want to support the band and everything. When I check the hoodie, like, it's too expensive, man. But of course, you know, venue cuts, merch cut, like there's so many things. So of course they put the price depending on that. And if it's, you know, a pack of strings, if it's a pack of pick, it doesn't matter. If I can only play with this particular Jim Dunlop Flow 1.0, I didn't have to call it, but anyway, if I can only play with this pick, I'm gonna pay a lot of money, like 10, 20 picks, 100 quid, like easily. But when it comes to anything else, okay, I have water, but this one is premium. It's, I don't know, more clean. It's a cleaner thing, or that water has a different taste. It's higher quality. I don't know. They both the same molecule, but anyway, it's too expensive. Okay, I'm just gonna get the regular water. But as a result, you get a custom 24. You get a, I don't know, Music Man Petrucci, Monarch, whatever. So yeah. In the end, like, this is also why my workhorse. So in the end, I definitely need another Mac. It's just gonna be annoying to, you know, move everything one to another. I need to max everything, like 2 terabytes of SSD and everything, because it takes so much space, man. Like, it's so annoying, you know. I'm so happy that they reach me for libraries and stuff, but each library, because it's like the highest quality sampling, it's so big. I had East-West annual account, and I had to just, you know, stop it because I got a dedicated SSD just for one piano library. It was 700 gigabytes. Why I need a 700 gigabyte piano library? Like, 5 people listen to me, and then the realism is like, you can achieve the same realism with even Logic piano stuff. I don't know. It's annoying. It was a touchy subject. So anyway, what was I doing? I was checking the soup stuff. Yeah. We have one important thing that I totally forgot. I need to check this guy. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna let you hear this part as well, because I also need to hear it, and we're gonna focus on this area, because just increasing the volume won't be enough. We need to actually carve a lot of stuff. I have one idea. Just adding one note. How many toms I'm using? Did I put something there? 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. Why there's only 2 toms? There must be actually more than that. Okay. Nope, I'm going wrong way. Yeah, this one. That's what I was looking for. Let's add the next tone. Okay, just a little bit more low end. Now we're gonna hear this section. I'm sorry for that, guys, but I have to play it like 4, 5, 6 times. I need to understand what is the actual limitation. So let's start with drums. and after that guitar. I'm going to include the bass, and I'm going to include the other stuff. Yeah, it's actually coming from here. I can either change it or push it a little bit more, or do a special EQ. Okay, I'm gonna cheat first, and if this works, I don't have to work on it. Sorry, rip Mac. Yeah, I think it's much better. I think it's much better. Let's do it again. I think it was much better. Let's run it from here. I think it was audible. Let me know what you think, because at this point I think I listened enough times. When I add 1 more dB, this small movements on octave range was more audible. That's what I think so far. Yeah, okay. Alternatively, I'm gonna play something so different, like 2 hits, and after that double time harmonics, like something like that. It doesn't sound good when I say it, I know. Okay, so let's do a small thing, small experiment. I'm gonna copy this one here, so this is the original. Okay, I will click here. Let's program this the same way I was talking about. So I'm gonna remove these guys, and also this one, also this one. Okay, so 2 hits, and let's go for an octave, just for now, and do the same thing. So it's gonna sound, actually wait, I'm gonna touch this one. Let's isolate first. Okay, I'm not going to control where it's played, but I'm assuming it's gonna be the lower string. This is the wrong harmonic, man. Like really, that's the wrong harmonic. By the way, guys, when I play it, can you hear me? I think so. I hope so. But when I check it, it was with no processing. I added so many plugins. I don't know if everything is balanced right now, or I have to check it myself. So this is, I'm gonna open the case switch list. If you don't know, there are a shit ton of key switches. So many slides, fast or slow, so many things. Auto power chord, finger plug, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this later. Sorry for that. Finger plugs, thumb slap, down, open, palm mute. Hammer on, pull off. I'm looking for harmonics. Okay, we got natural harmonic, pinch harmonic, and nasty pinch harmonic. Okay, I can either do something like that, or alternatively, what I could do is actually use the natural harmonic. But when I used natural harmonic, it wasn't as good as I thought. I really think there should be something else. There's an important message. I'm just gonna give it a check. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I want to check one small thing. Okay, Elias says yes, we can. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Natural harmonic, pinch harmonic. is an idea, and the last one can be a nasty pitch harmonic. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Like I just imagine that you're gonna answer every single time. Okay. So it's gonna be these guys removed, and there will be a nasty harmonic. So nasty harmonic is B1, and I want only one note. Well, sorry, forgot the length. There's a small problem. This should be also harmonic, but it's the wrong one. I have to follow the drums right now, because with the drums it should make sense. You know, snare hits should be either in between not in between, in the second harmonic part, or it should be like exactly in the middle. I like this better. Why I like this better? Because I was following the same speed, and actually it was even faster considering hammer-on and pull-offs. And right now we have the exact, or almost the same pace with the drums. Yeah. Okay. When I played like a million times, probably it's not gonna be better for you. We still have that plus 3 dB. So let me actually play this and see. One more thing, I totally forgot. I guess there was a harmonic exactly here. I'm going to increase this again a couple dB. I am doing all of this because a mix without automation is nothing, really. It has to be very simple. Like a simple rock or blues kind of stuff, or maybe an electronic music thing, because every element has its own space in the frequency range and usually does not clash. But with heavily distorted music, I have to carve a lot of space, which I usually don't do. That's where sooth actually come in, because with the sidechain they listen to each other, and especially important elements in my music, which is the ambient guitars, rhythm guitars, drums, specifically kick and snare. I put the sooth as a special mechanism, so they're gonna listen to each other and they're gonna create space for each other. So it's gonna be a dynamic mixing that I am following. Is it good? Probably it's not gonna allow me to have a really good producer pack, but I hardly think people would get my producer pack. So the parts I care about is to have a much cleaner mix as an end product. So let's listen to harmonic in the riff. Yeah, you know what? I think it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense to have this here. Okay, we changed the riff. I like the riff, the transition, so I can remove this. So I'm gonna disable it and put it at the end. I really don't plan to use it, but at least for a couple days it can stay there. I save the project. I'm thinking what I can add. At this point, I'm happy with what we have here. If you don't know, we have same or similar chord structure, just arpeggiating different notes. Not arpeggiating actually, it's just playing the chord with a different order, different notes. I changed the octaves and I changed the note that's will create different, what's the word? Aroma. That's not the word. I'm gonna think about the word, but until then, let's hear it just one more time. Before we listen, I think I know what to do. Increase this riser's volume a little bit. Whoa, we got nothing, just faders. Yeah, much better. Oops. One more thing. Okay, there's no one more thing. The original kit in the Ragnar drums has 4 tones. Doom kit has 3. And that's the reason that the 4th tone is actually muted. Because a different preset, and it's actually adding 3 different processed toms, 1 different snare, and I think also kick, shell. Completely processed, so because of that there's a small limitation. You cannot add the 4th one here, which I don't need at all. I just want to make sure about that. Okay, I think it sounds okay to me. If I add anything else, it's gonna feel like I'm doing it just for adding sake. So there's only one thing, this guy. If I isolate and play it for you, I was kind of unsure if I keep it or not. It is following the exact same thing as these guys, so yeah. Yeah, honestly, dude, I'm gonna keep it there because the main melody, maybe I can take this out, but let's see it. And I'm gonna add it in the second one. One small thing, I think this is too low for the breakdown. Let's try again. I really don't want to do this, but let's move this to the first one. now it is extremely wet. There should be a third one. I really hate to add like more plugins, more process tracks, but I think we can. I mean, I can just change the automation and balance it, but I think for demo sake it's much easier to add another instance, right? I will go for just the gain up, drop it a little, heat wave, drop it a little, just a little. It's gonna reduce the saturated harmonics, so I think it's gonna be less present with that. Sorry, MacBook. Sorry, MacBook. Yeah. Now if I level it, let's name this outro riff. No, breakdown clean. And oh shit, this is actually riff 2 clean. Main riff clean should be riff 1 clean. Guys, this is not a good organization of projects. Usually in my actual mix project, everything is much better colored than named, but for this one, just a little bit more. One more thing, maybe I can use the riff 1 and I use it for outro and only use one note, which is this one. Did I accidentally add another note? No. Yeah. It's gonna have the same length as the guitars until here. Oh. Until here. Okay, let's try it. It's just to carry the note, nothing else. Like, not much importance, but here in this sample I have a D note drone. I have a D note sample. I have a couple more supporting samples for outro. I end with a chug, which is another D note, and finally something from high end to balance everything out. I think it makes sense. Let me know it doesn't, but I think it makes sense. Just following the whole thing. So okay. I think this will be end of the stream. Like literally, we're just gonna play it and leave because I don't have any other idea, man. I was kind of stressed because I have this guy sent to me. I need to write something for this as well, and being like when I have to write 2 demos, it's stressful. Which is the first one, you know. But I already had the idea for this. I had the groove, I had the main riff. I had a couple problems about the transition, but I think it went well. So I don't know what to do. Prey, when he joined the stream, asked how I'm gonna do a playthrough for this. I don't know. I absolutely have no idea. Possibly I'm just gonna use my guitar, reverse it, and act like I'm playing. Act like I'm a crazy guy. And that's the closest. Oh, sorry. That's the closest idea I have so far. After that, if I can find an idea and actually cut the whole thing, I'm gonna do the demo for this one. It looks great, by the way. This is Flamma FG200. It is an intelligent modeler, but quite small. There's a limited, it's not a limited edition, sorry. There's a limited list of IRs you can load, IRs that inside, caps, sorry, that's already IR. Sorry, amp, yeah, limited amps, limited delays and reverbs. I definitely don't want to use delay and reverb inside because it's not stereo, the output is mono. So I think for me it's not a good thing to add mono reverb and delay, so they're gonna be off. And you can just take this and gig for 6 solid hours. So I really like that idea. So if this thing would be a little bit more compact in a way that it's gonna be like a nano cortex, you know, everything is in line, it's a little bit long product, it will be much easier to carry if it's much squished. But tone wise, I tried a couple presets because it was mono. When I put my Sennheiser, I only got the output from left, so it's a little bit annoying, but I'm just gonna load it into the interface and use it that way. Yeah, I'm kind of interested what kind of tones that I will get. I, for this one, want to add a lot of cleans, a lot of this sort of weird stuff. If I can, I'm gonna create something with fuzz and also distortion, but I think this guy may not handle that. Yeah, something in the range of this guy, like the features. I need to discover it a little bit, you know. So for that, I think we have Ilias here. I don't know who else, but thanks for checking out, guys. Next time I'm gonna make sure that my buffer size is a little bit bigger, or maybe I can just change the process size. Still, it's also a buffer range, but I think it controls like this is the buffer, this is the bigger buffer, but each buffer can be processed by logic, and I'm assuming it's gonna create a smaller chunks, so we can also increase that chunks for performance reasons. You see, this process buffer range is a little bit different than actual IO buffer size. So yeah, that's another idea. Because there's no IO, right? There's only output. The input is MIDI. There's nothing I do with this stuff. I just programmed it well. Yeah. Thanks for coming to stream, guys. It was a really nice Saturday for me. I am really happy that I finished another demo. I hope to find a nice way to shoot this. That being said, I'm gonna play right now. I need to put the guys here. Where is it? That's Ragnar, that's Odin. I also checked the stream. Great stream, man. Mate. Thanks, man. It's hopefully gonna be sick. I know it's gonna get the attraction that it needs in IG, but that's all good, you know. It's only because there are so many cute cat videos out there. I cannot, like, even I stop scrolling when I see a, you know, nice tiny cute cat. But we're gonna see about that, how successful it's gonna be. I hope to come up with something a little bit unique this time, if I can, through video editing and all, but let's see. I yelled too much. I'm gonna change the automation in the last riff. Here, these notes, they also should be a little bit on top of everything. Is everything correct there? Wait a second. It has to be like this. It's actually not important, but I think it's also important. So it's a pre-bend and it starts a little bit earlier, even though I don't play anything there. Let's push this again like a 2 dB, nothing more than that. Yeah, let's listen again. Okay, that's great. I also really like that. The last note I added, it carried over even longer. Probably I need to cut it in the stereo out. I don't do it, if you realize. I can add something like, wait a second. Let's create this, put it out, remove this one. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe too early? I don't know. Let's try again with this. It doesn't feel natural if I do that, but we're not gonna hear that much. I'm just gonna cut close to. Yeah. Cutting from there as a hard cut and just dropping 10 dB. I think that's the right choice. I mean, it's not gonna be, you know, printed into CD or I'm not gonna upload this to Spotify anyway. Okay, I will check one more thing. I totally forgot ambience. Okay, that's great. Stop it? Okay, it works. I will probably get an export after closing the stream. And of course, share it as a story. If anyone wants to check the whole story, like check the whole stream and how we actually worked on it together, they can check it out after. Checking the story and realizing that they missed a really nice demo. So that is all from me. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I have a special thanks to Ilyas because every single stream he never leaves me alone. Great friend you are. I also want to thank to Link Slider, Mrs. I don't know, Link. Thank you for joining the stream, and of course Shareologist Mertcan. and pray, Prakak. Thanks guys for joining the stream. Thanks to you, I had a really nice fun while working on the demo. That being said, I'm closing right now, and I wish you a really nice weekend. See ya. Ciao, ciao. And where's the close stream button? Stop streaming. I am checking. Always here for fun riffing, mate. Thanks, man. This time I didn't riff. This time I just programmed the riff, but I think it was as good as I would play it. I mean, I think it was much better because notes were much more consistent. I didn't add too much automation, and I don't plan to, because regular harmonization in the plugin I think is more than enough for us. And I think it's like, because it's gent anyway, it's gonna be hardly processed and hardly timed, like to the grid. So I think it's more than okay right now. Yeah, and I'm gonna close the stream exactly now. Thank you so much, and I see you on the next one. Again, it's gonna be completely random. When I have the time, I just do it. So see you later. Yeah, no longer be live.